Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Gonzalez. Thank you for coming to hear about the importance of having a survival kit at home. Imagine for a moment that you're at home with your family, about to enjoy a wonderful dinner, when all of a sudden the ground begins to shake uncontrollably. Everybody is panicking, the children are crying, a very scary experience. Undoubtedly, you go around asking if everyone is okay. Now, what do you do next? Do you have the basic means to assure your family is okay and make them feel safe? The Red Cross Association lists a minimum of 15 items you should have at home in case of a natural disaster. Water, 1 gallon per person per day. Food, non perishable. A flashlight, battery powered or hand crank radio. Extra batteries. First aid kit. Medications. Multi-purpose tool, sanitation and personal hygiene items, copies of personal documents, for example, birth certificates, passports, etc. Cell phones with chargers, family and emergency contact info, extra cash, emergency blanket, and a map of the area. At first glance, the list might seem excessive, but you already more than likely have more than half of these things on hand, if not all. Some of the common things you may have on hand are water, non perishable food, a flashlight, a first aid kit, sanitation and personal hygiene items, a cell phone with charger, and family and emergency contact information. The items that most homes would not have are a battery powered or hand crank radio, a multi purpose tool, or a map of the area. These items might seem unnecessary, so I would like to tell you about my personal experience during the 2011 blackout that occurred on September 8th in San Diego. I had just recently moved in with my boyfriend and 4-month-old daughter into our first apartment. We were only 19 and were still new to living on our own and raising a child. At about 3:30 p.m., we noticed the fridge was not working, nor the light switches. Realizing it was just our home Realizing it wasn't just our home that was affected, I began to panic. I had no way of getting answers. Our phones were not working either. So many questions began running through my head. How will I make my daughter her bottles at night? How will I see if she wakes up at night? What will I do with the food in the fridge? I had none of the items on the list for the survival kit except water and a phone. Lucky for me, my aunt lived next door and had extra flashlights. Our neighbors were friendly and welcoming. We took out our grills and had a big cookout, and I began to feel less nervous. The blackout lasted 11 hours, and although the situation turned around and became a positive experience, things could have been very different had it not been for my aunt being so close and having friendly neighbors. The blackout lasted only 11 hours. There were no major threats, no damage, no natural disasters. Had that been the case, the outcome could have been worse. A hand crank or battery powered radio would have came in handy to receive information. A flashlight would have been a flashlight, of course, to see and a map to know where to go in case of bigger threats. San Diego's biggest natural disaster threat are earthquakes. And although the last major earthquake that hit close to here was in 1680 in Los Angeles, does not take away the fact that earthquakes and other natural disasters are unpredictable. So please always be prepared. You can find the survival kit list and along with other emergency preparedness information on redcross.org. Remember, always better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.